Okay, Krista and I, Joe Schulte, are sitting together talking through a pay stub, and we're going to log into a fictitious or a former employee account. First thing we did was navigate to the Sartell website, sartell.k12 website, and we go to staff links, right? And from here go to Skyward Employee Access, not Educator Access. And the account we're going to use is sarah.teacher. So from here, we can go to
Employee Information. And go to Check History. And then let's use that.
Okay, so the first of all, if we look at the amounts, they're different, right?
Right.
Reason being?
The reason being is that your SEA union dues, and if you are on our dental plan, those two withdrawals only come out once per month. So once per month, assuming you're a member of the union, will always be lower, and it'll be even a little bit lower if you're also contributing or also a member of our dental plan.
Okay, so we'll take a look at which one was.
I think 525 is what had everything.
All right, and
we then just click on
view printable details.
Actually, double click on the check number.
Right here.
Yep.
So we're going to double click on this in order to see the individual benefits and deductions. Okay, so from the top, this stuff's all good, gross and net after deductions. And then why don't you talk me through what we're seeing from the top down?
Sure. So on the top, you'll see what your contracted amount is based on your notice of assignment for this year. If you've had any leave deducted, that will also be indicated on here as well. And if you have any event pay or other types of contracted amounts, that will all be indicated on here. If you're a content specialist, coaching, any of those things will also be listed under the pays.
So this would be like the current deduction, and this would be total for leave deductions. Would that be right?
I believe it's updated, yes.
Like each time if I took a day, it would show here, and
correct.
Then the total days would be. Okay, additional deductions down here.
Yes, so the first one you'll see on this paycheck, you may or may not have on your paycheck, but if you do contribute to our 403B plan here in the district, that is your first deduction that you should see. 403B is what we're seeing here.
So I might see Horace Mann after that, or in this case, ASP.
Yep.
All right.
Whoever you've chosen to give to. The next one is Delta Dental. Again, if you have chosen to be a member of our dental plan, you will see a deduction here, one paycheck per month. So this individual looks like, these are old rates, but looks like they're probably individual only on our dental plan.
Okay.
Next up is federal tax. That's just determined on the tax rate that you've given us your W-4, and based on that we enter whatever deductions you may have, and it's an automatic calculation to pay your federal tax. Next up, this is the one you may or may not have on your paycheck. It is dependent care through a flex account. So if you recall, we do flex account open enrollment at the beginning of each calendar year. So that'll be coming up in November. And if you are flexing dependent care, so that is child care expenses, that would be shown right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And why is there a second one? Oh, this is medical flex.
This is medical flex. So if you recall, you can also flex for medical expenses. And so this person is doing both. So they have two separate line items, one for dependent care, one for medical care.
Do you know what the Y's are after this?
I don't.
Okay. Female or male?
Probably I don't think so. I think it says decreased tax, so it's indicating if it's decreasing your federal or state tax is what it looks like to me. So these are all pre-tax deductions. I don't know what the F or M is.
Stands for.
But I know the federal and state is whether it's a decrease for your tax owed deduction.
Medicare?
Yep, Medicare, again, something no one has control over except for the government. Yep, everyone pays that.
Older people benefit from.
Correct.
Okay, and how about the OSD?
That is, you may know it as Social Security is the common name, but it's Old Age Survivor and Disability Insurance.
Oh. Okay.
I
can remember old age.
Yes, also something you don't get to choose. Right. Everyone's going to pay that.
Okay, union dues. So I could explain these as this is federal, or not federal, it's national, state, and local combined into one, correct? Our local dues are only $50 a year, but the balance of that is probably around $600 a year. So you pay all three of those, but they only come out monthly.
Right.
So we see them on this paycheck as $84, but we'll look at one other where they're not there, and that's why the difference in amount. That's one of two things that come out monthly, right?
Yep, same
That
thing with Delta
and
Dental.
Okay, so they're both on this one. The last one is teacher retirement, also known as TRA.
Right. Also something you don't have control over, nor do we. That is a state mandate that gets paid by the employee and the employer.
Okay. On the other side of this, benefits, these are things that the district actually is putting towards
Yep.
each employee.
Yep, these are benefits that you may see in your contract, but you may not realize they're also indicated on your paycheck. So if you are here long enough, you're going to qualify for a 403B match from the district.
After 3 years?
3 years, yep. In your fourth year, you start the 403B match. So this individual is getting their 403B match. So the district is paying that amount towards the 403B each paycheck.
And they're also contributing a considerable amount more
Right.
individually.
Yep.
Okay.
You don't have to stick with only what the district matches. You
Sure.
can contribute more. This also indicates on the second line here what the district is paying towards this individual's health insurance plan. So you will see that on your paycheck. The district does pay an amount each month, at each paycheck, towards your health insurance.
Okay, and this is...
This is Social Security that the employer has to pay.
Okay, so comparably, you're actually paying in more than the individual is towards Social Security. And then what are the last,
So I'm going to show some naivete here. I don't know what MED, BD, SH is, so we're going to just say it's something that we have to pay would be my guess.
Okay.
I don't think it's a specific benefit on this person's behalf. It's probably something owed, some sort of tax owed. But the last piece is the TRA, and that is the employer's share. So you will notice that the employer pays the same amount on your behalf to teachers' retirement.
Okay, so in regards to seeing the increase, we actually have to talk through that. I'll splice out just this portion, but in regards to seeing the increase, you had sent me that document
Yes.
of the values, and that's an email?
Correct.
Okay. There we go. Might not even have to splice it out. So I'm going to open this, and this is total plan cost is how I would describe it. What does it cost the district to buy an individual or family health plan for us? So this person's on single, right? And do you know which deduct?
I don't, because it's probably a 6-year-old plan, so it's not going to be correct.
Okay.
With today's rates.
So let's assume that they're on the single
Sure.
Viva 1850.
Sure.
The actual plan cost is $6,000, $6,065. The district pays $49.90 of that.
Right.
So the monthly coming out, and that's broken down into individual biweekly deductions, is $508. That's total premium cost.
That's
monthly.
total premium cost. So you'll see what the employees.
Here we go.
The district is going to pay the $49.90, and then the employee paid premium is what could change based on what plan you're on, and that's indicated in that middle line, kind of right in the middle there. What it is annualized, and then what it is per paycheck, depending on if you are a 26 pay option or a 21 pay option. And then you will also see below that we actually only take out health insurance benefits on either 24 checks or 19 checks. We don't take out any of those benefits on that third paycheck of the month. In the event there are three Fridays in 1 month that are pay periods.
Okay.
So you will see a much larger paycheck on that third Friday of the month.
So let's take one more run at this. This is 1718. These are current rates.
Correct.
Right? And if I'm on a VIBA 3500, the middle plan for family, the total cost of that plan is $14,822.
Correct.
Right? But the district's contribution is only $13,180.
Yep.
So there was an increase in this plan cost, which means somebody has to pay for that. And right now we are paying the difference of that. That's why we've seen the increase in the deduction.
Correct.
Yeah. And from a union standpoint, we don't have a contract settled yet, but right now the way we're moving forward is likely not putting additional dollars towards just offsetting the cost of the total premium. We're just hopefully putting additional dollars in a paycheck in which you could pay for the cost or the difference. So I think the biggest concern came from the East Central enrollment situation where people saw an increase and were like, where is this coming from? We didn't have an increase last time around.
We haven't had an increase for 2 years. Actually, last year we stayed flat. The year before that we had a decrease of 12%. So our increase on the total premium of 6% is still less than our employees were paying 3 years ago.
So the focus of this was to try and walk through a paycheck so that everybody would at least know the acronyms and what we're looking at here. Again, if there's additional questions, the go-to person would be Krista or our HR office. Who else?
Millie Stain can answer some questions as well as our payroll specialist. And I think some of your union reps, if you would rather talk to them, would be comfortable at least making the connection if you don't want to come in alone.
Yes. Okay.